It has now been confirmed here at Fox News. A ceasefire deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas after 15 months of war and the taking of those hostages, many from different countries, but certainly America on that list. The hostages are in part of this agreement. Let's go straight away to Trey Yinks, who is live for us in Tel Aviv. Trey?
Yeah, Harris, this is breaking news right now. According to a source familiar with the ongoing talks, a ceasefire deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas. I do want to just read to you what this source just sent. Quote, Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal reached following the Qataris meeting with Hamas negotiators for a final push following last-minute additions by the group. There were some reports that indicated Hamas officials were trying to push the Israelis to change their position about a key corridor that sits along the Gaza-Egypt border called the Philadelphia Corridor. Now, I am told that the Qatari prime minister himself was in the negotiating room and pushed these Hamas officials to accept the agreement on the table. What we are looking at here that will be signed tonight, a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas that will implement a pause in fighting between the two sides for 42 days. This is a 6-week agreement that will ultimately see 33 hostages released from Hamas captivity in Gaza. We are told by a number of sources some of those hostages were killed and their bodies will be returned to Israel, but at least 23 of them are believed to be alive.
Good day. I'm Andrea Mitchell in Washington. We begin with major breaking news out of the Middle East, where we can now report that negotiators in Qatar have reached a Gaza ceasefire deal, and it has been accepted by Hamas. The agreement lays out a 6-week initial ceasefire phase that would begin in a day or two. Israelis go through a cabinet process. After that, there would be a 48-hour wait, and then a gradual withdrawal of Israeli forces. But first, the most important thing is that after 48 hours from whether it's Thursday night or Friday, the hostages would begin to be released from Gaza as early as this weekend, Sunday. Israeli forces then would be withdrawing from central Gaza, from populated areas. There'd be a return of displaced Palestinians to North Gaza. Under the deal, 33 hostages would come out initially, including all women, including soldiers, civilians, children, and men over 50. We understand in that group there would be some Americans. We know that there are at least 3 surviving Americans that we've been in touch with. And one of the elderly is Keith Siegel, Aviva Siegel's husband, who is 65 years old and would be one of the first Americans. He would be the first American to come out, as well as injured Americans. There are 2 others that we know of who would likely be coming out in that first group.